God bless us all as we enter into another interesting journey into the Word today. Over the next few minutes, we will focus our attention on a simple theme and ask ourselves, is our body becoming a marketplace? And to help us reflect deeper, there are three interesting verses that trigger food for thought within today's gospel from John chapter 2, verses 13 to 22. It's a familiar passage about Jesus chasing away all the traders and money changers out of the temple. However, today, let's go deeper and focus on three verses that can be life-changing and create reawakening. Let's begin with John chapter 2, verse 16. Remember John 2:16, because in it, Jesus says, "Stop making my Father's house a marketplace." For Jesus, the temple was his Father's dwelling place, and it has to be given due respect and reverence. And that's one of the three focal points in this video. Today, let's ask ourselves if our body is becoming a marketplace, because it is supposed to be a living temple of the Trinity. For a start, we need to ask, how does Jesus see a marketplace? A marketplace is a place where the focus is on the trader, and the trader is focusing on himself or herself and her own or his own well-being and growth, even if it be at the expense of the customer. In it, we often see that there are hidden agendas, selfish and self-centered interests, which dominate the words and actions of all involved. Each person in a marketplace is only interested in getting what he or she wants at all cost. Today, let's pause and ask what thoughts, feelings, desires, goals, and aims dominate our innermost being and our body daily, and at every moment and with every breath. For Jesus, it was his zeal to see the Father's will fulfilled that consumed and fired up his mind, body, spirit, and soul. And that's the second verse to focus our reflection on today. As we dwell on John chapter 2, verse 17, let's ask ourselves, how much zeal do we have to fulfill God the Father's will? And how much respect and reverence do we give to our body, if it is also the dwelling place of the Trinity? Can we say that one of the most dominating priorities and focus of our mind, body, spirit, and soul is to fulfill God the Father's will? Can we say that we are giving due respect and reverence to the presence of the Trinity in our body, especially when we are engaging in our passions and desires of the flesh? If our body is supposed to be the temple of the Trinity, are our thoughts and our words, and especially our actions, offending the Trinity? As we move into the third verse to focus on, let's remember what Jesus tells us in John chapter 2, verse 21. Jesus says that when he was referring to the temple of his body, he was actually referring to his Father's house. Because for Jesus, it was one and the same. He was in his Father, and his Father was in him. Hence, for Jesus, the temple was his Father's dwelling place, and it has to be given due respect and reverence. So today, once again, let's check if our body is becoming a marketplace. How we look at our body and how God looks at our body may be drastically different. We may feel we own our body and it's ours and we can do whatever we like with it. While this is partially true, let's ask ourselves, did we create ourselves? Yes, did we create ourselves? If not we, then who? And if we say our parents, then who created them? Do you get the point? Hence, we will finally come to the reality that God created everything and everyone, including each one of us. And as our Creator, can He also ask of us to respect our body that He stewarded to us to take care of? And that's something worth remembering from today and for the rest of our life. Hence why the church says you do not have the right to take your own life, because only God has the right to take your last breath according to His timing and will. While the body operates on the flesh, it also has a spirit and soul, both of which will outlast the body and live forever. When we give our body the due reverence and respect and recognize that the Trinity created our body and stewarded it to us to take care of it, we become co-owners and partners operating this body of ours. Hence, both have mutual interest, both God and us. Both have mutual interest in ensuring that the body is well taken care of. Let's think about all these and start taking better care and be more responsible for the well-being of our body, which also hosts our spirit and soul. And hence, because they are ultimately meant to return to their Creator, we need to ensure that what we do in the flesh and body does not jeopardize the blessings and eternal benefits that are meant for the soul and spirit. Let's keep all these in mind and give the due reverence and respect to the Trinity residing in our body, our spirit, and our soul, and ensure that as we become more and more pleasing to God in our thoughts, words, and actions, we are becoming more and more worthy of enjoying a better, brighter, blessed future daily between now and our last breath and beyond. Amen. And so be it from today in our life. Amen.